everyone you know. The wait is over. 98.5 Speed FM.
Catch us if you can.
Juega con tu corazón, sabes decir que no. ¿Cómo decirte que te quiero? Que muero por tu amor. Yo no he perdido la ilusión, ni el tiempo ni la razón. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Bailando, tu boca y la mía felices gozando. Vas moviendo la cintura, sube la temperatura. Yo te regalo mi universo, ya no lo pienses más. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Decirte, mami, una cosita. Yo te doy lo que tú necesitas. Solo quiero que tú seas mía. Quiero hacértelo. La luna yo te bajaré. Mi corazón te lo daré. Conmigo vas a enloquecer. Yo quiero estar contigo. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Sabe cuidarte. Oye, yo tengo un mundo para darte. Yo solo quiero cuidarte. Oye, mueve la cintura. Oye, que seas mía toda la vida. Solo eso quiero.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi, where we bring you the moments of your life. And I am Benjamin Kuji. Today I'm on the show with someone, maybe he went to scout for players, or he went to Rwanda, I don't know, maybe he will introduce himself.
Good evening, sports fans. My name is Terwase Aya-mnger. Benny had no idea where I went to, but I attempted to break the Guinness World Record by being the first Nigerian to trek from Nigeria to Rwanda.
Wow.
Kigali, but I took a shortcut, and by the time I got to Equatorial Guinea, I got confused. So I had to start coming back. So that I'll be in Calabar, in Akwa Ibom, rather.
You couldn't watch our match in Rwanda then?
I couldn't. I had to follow it online.
Yeah, welcome.
It's good to be back here. I missed the studio. I did. You guys have been doing a great job.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Super Eagle coach Eric Chell enforces strict measures to ensure maximum concentration among his players ahead of the crucial 2016 FIFA World Cup qualifier against Zimbabwe on Tuesday. So today on the show, we'll be discussing the Nigerian national team head coach, why he chooses to impose restriction in and around the team's camp. No visitors, no journalists, and we will also be asking the question a little bit from what we are talking about. What do you think the key areas you feel that Super Eagles should work on before facing the Warriors of Zimbabwe? You can be a part of this show when you call our studio lines on 080 84275464. I'll take it again. 080 84275464. 64. You can also be a part of the show when you comment on our Facebook handle. That is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi, and we will read your comments here live. Ted, under the leadership of Gonetro, Jose Pizarro, and Augustine Oguavon, the Super Eagles sections were usually made accessible to fans with specific days allocated to media interaction involving players, journalists, and content creators. What do you think about this? Is it good? Is it a good thing, or should we just keep our finger crossed? What do you say?
I think Eric Schell is not the first coach across the world to do that, to some kind of put measures to prevent what we call distractions, to prevent the boys from being distracted. Many coaches, Sven-Goran Eriksson of blessed memory, did that when he was in charge of England. He started it to a level that Poch and the other woman, Victoria Beckham, and other ladies complained that they were not having access to their boyfriends and husbands when they were camping for the World Cup. What the hell are you going to do there? Would your presence ginger them up or what? It got to a level that they were even allowing their friends, their female friends, to have access to their accommodation where they were staying, distracting those.
Wow.
So they started those measures, preventive measures, from not to distract the players. And I think this is commendable because he did that with Mali as well. Some of the guys complained. With Mali, it was I think 2002 World Cup or preparation. I'm trying to recall which tournament was that, and it was around this period, that is fasting period. The reason he gave was that most of the players were Islamic and they were fasting and they didn't want distraction outside that. This period too, probably he has his own reasons. Now, one of the things you find is that you find videos, you find clips. Some people take clips and then convert it to TikTok and put online of Super Eagles training.
Yeah.
Some even troll players that they saw this one trolling. Is this what you're going to do in the match? Yeah, that negative kind of press and attention. And before you know, some media or not, people that are not even accredited to go to the camps will start seeking interviews with players to boost their own pages and do some kind of content. For the players to concentrate and understand what the coach is trying to do. Of course, he's bringing his philosophy to the team, to the Super Eagles. And it's a crucial game.
He also restricted the players what they are going to put online, because we know there are some players like Victor Boniface. We know how playful he can be. And he also restricted all of those things. We as Nigerians, we've not seen that before.
No, it's important. There was a time I worked in the media organizations where we were restricted about posting some things online, posting personal information about yourself, what you are doing, where you are traveling to. When you do the risk assessment, you are prevented from doing that. There are reasons when management does that for the image of the player and for you not to leak tactical information unconsciously to the opponent. So remember what the Canadian team did the other time during the Women World Cup, sending drones into the camp to spy. Sometimes you could send out information that it exposes you to the opponent and he knows your tactics and all that. If you watch them training, you can already fathom out what is team A, team B because of the beeps they wear. Sometimes you see the first 11 wearing the black beeps. Sometimes they hold it in hands and you have an idea of what formation the guy is going to put ahead. So that is commendable for me. And the press, they have the Demola Olajire is there, this media personnel. So if you need any information,
you contact him.
He has all of our emails who are members of SWAN, we who are members of SWAN now, but we're sport broadcasters. We get information from him directly by email. So you can get that information from him. Okay,
you can be a part of this show when you call our studio numbers. The studio lines are already open. You can call us on 080 84 27 5464. I'll take it again. 080 84 27 5464. You tell us about Eric Schell's decision to restrict the Super Eagles, access to the Super Eagles. And also, we also have an important game on Tuesday. Judging from our last match, which of the link in the Super Eagles do you think it's having a problem? You can also tell us, and what do you think can be done to rectify that? Ted, the Super Eagle, you watched the Super Eagle
match.
How do you feel after watching that match?
Well, I I watched it with mixed feelings. The fact that we scored early in the first half didn't give me the joy like I expected. But again, I consider the fact that we had met Rwanda before we had some difficulties. We had played them over and over in Africa. We have always been beating Rwanda. They have never been an easy team to play, especially when you visit them in Kigali there. They know the pitch, they know the atmosphere, the temperature, everything there is home to them. Most of the players, even though they play in Europe, they camp early and they have all those things. So we played. But I still have my personal concerns as a sports enthusiast to see what Eritrea will do with that midfield. Because the Rwandans largely controlled the midfield. Yes, or through the two halves.
A lot of people are complaining about our midfield.
Even though the first half, the Super Eagles played a 4-4-2 system, which gave a lot of access for the wingers to be able to bust in. Each time they did that, the midfield was open and the Rwandans won. And we were losing a lot of balls, possession. Just possession-wise, I think the Rwandans had a better possession than we did.
But the stats didn't say that.
The stats don't say. Some stats are just what are they using? They're using Opta. If you're watching the game, you know. Okay, so you are building up an attack. You're building up an attack from the keeper who starts the ball from the box, and then you get to the halfway line. You cross, and then at this point you are actually launching. You are assaulting the team just to get to the 80-meter arc, not the box itself, the arc there, and then to deliver a pass that could link your striker through, and then the defense picks it up and then launches an attack on you. At that point, you have committed your wingers, both left and right, and then you start running backtrack. Burning energy. I know that we lost a lot of balls like that.
Yeah,
the final deliveries. That game would have gone probably 5-0 if those chances were there. But I'm not speaking like a Nigerian expecting the huge score line, but technically looking at the game, the midfield wouldn't have control.
Okay, you can be a part of this show by calling our studio lines. We are actually dissecting the Nigeria game against Zimbabwe on Tuesday, while also talking about Eritrea's restriction in the national team's camp. We have not seen things like this before. Is Eritrea introducing something to us that we don't know, or you feel that this is actually what the Super Eagle actually needs? You can call us on our studio line on 080-8427-5464, 080-8427-5464. Ted, there is something that also was giving me problems when I was watching that match that day. Immediately, Osimhen went off of the match. We saw it that Nigeria was like a toothless bulldog. Before now, if you look at our 4 previous qualifying match, Osimhen was not present. So we had to either draw or lost those matches. Does that mean that without Osimhen, Nigeria cannot win games?
I think we can, but you know, every football team, male or female, club or country, most coaches form teams to play and revolve around a particular player. When the player is present, his presence on the pitch, even if he's off the ball, his activity off the ball contributes to the entire progress of the team. If you notice, Victor had backtracked a couple of times to the midfield to pick balls and send, sometimes to Lukman, sometimes to Iwobi, and then find himself at the receiving end, running because he has the gas to run, energy. So when he was off, that activity reduced. But then, I don't know whether it was a technical advice from the bench as well, because you have a game in 4 days, you are leading 2-0. Even if the game ends 2-1, you still have your 3 points. So do you still keep pressing for fear of injury? But what was the replacement? You take up on Osimhen. Who do you put there? And then what is the pattern? Are you bringing in midfielders that will fit into the model of play of the striker you replaced in? That's another thing. Because each striker has a midfielder fits his pattern. So if you take off Osimhen and you introduce another striker, you don't introduce at least 2 midfielders that supply him the way he expects, then it's a technical problem.
Okay. The Super Eagles, what I want to actually talk about right now is that Osimhen issue is giving us problems. I'll repeat it again. Osimhen issue.
I don't see it so much as a problem, Benny. I don't see it so much as a problem, but I see it.
Now we are playing a Zimbabwe team that may be a little bit defensive.
Yeah.
Now, if we will only rely on one player to be supplying the goals for us. There is a certain Chukwueze there.
Mm-hmm.
There is a Lukman there, which we believe they are all good players. They are star players.
Those are scorers.
Yes.
I just want to remind you that sometimes some players downplay to lift to push the other player up front, and they did that in this game. Do you see all the deft passes that they were giving Osimhen? Remember the second goal, he picked the ball from the midfield. Him alone, a counter. Him alone with.
Actually, what happened in that ball? They brought the ball. He went to contest the ball.
Yeah.
No, he wanted to do like a something
decoy.
like a decoy.
Yeah.
Then the defender got it.
Yeah.
Then they brought the ball back before the last man could then.
He was far away. Yeah. But he was alone at there. The pass came from the closest person to him was at least 6 or 7 yards away. So he was alone at there. It was almost like a counter attack, not a counter attack, strictly but a counter attack. Okay, look at the free kick that Lukman dropped.
Yes.
He actually dropped that ball into his path. He knew where he was dropping the ball. He knows what Victor does, and he knew where he was dropping it, and he went. On a good day, Lukman is a scorer.
Yes. We can't deny that.
Chukwueze is a scorer. So if you had given those guys permission that, okay, be creative, go at this defense, see what you can do. There are guys who can swap from either side. Alex Iwobi was played a little bit out of position. But one of my disappointments in the game was Wilfred Ndidi. I didn't see him. But, I won't blame them at the end. Of course, we spoke on this show about commitment. When guys come home to play and they get injured and they go back to their clubs. Remember, the Europa Conference League is on, Champions League is on. The league is getting to a tight point, so everybody has to preserve itself before you go back to your club, having represented your country. You are now on the bench because you got injured playing for your country. So.
Okay, you are on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, listening to Speedy Sports. My name is Benjamin Kuji, and here
and I'm Terwase.
Okay, you can be a part of this show when you call our studio line. You can actually contribute on this discourse by calling our studio line on 080-8427-5464. 080-8427-5464. Ted,
yep.
we didn't concede any goal. It was a clean sheet for us. Yeah. It was a clean sheet.
Yeah.
But are you comfortable with our defense? Because I observed some few things in that match.
Yeah.
There were times where Aina was caught off position. Off position. And there were some loss of concentration from the defense.
Yeah.
But I just believe that the Rwandans, they don't have that cutting edge. If they had that cutting edge, they would have punished Nigeria. So what would you say to that?
They were overwhelmed by the presence of the Super Eagles. I think there was much. They lost the game even on paper in the press before we went to the pitch. One of the Rwanda's national papers already marked out. They wrote that the Rwandans are ready to mark the masked man. That's Victor to mark the masked man, and they were busy.
All their concentration was on the masked man.
Yeah, and yet he is the one that's punished. So the whole energy about the team focused on preventing passes to Osimhen so he doesn't punish them. So they forgot that they also had something to deliver at the defense. You could see the captain Ekon constantly trying to rearrange, and Wobali kept shouting from his post, trying to rearrange the defense for the guys. But I know wanted to go forward. He's not been performing he wanted to move forward. A lot of times he drove up and then lost the ball, like I told you, and then retracting to pick up a ball is not one of his greatest gifts. So that your observation is right. I just hope that at the next of champions in Uyo, 2 days ahead from now, they'll be able to. It's a home game, so they should play the Zimbabweans like they are home. Show them that they're home. Zimbabwe is already in the country. I think the day before yesterday they got in so that they were acclimatized with the weather and everything. So
that when I was actually watching that match that day, I was actually putting one eye on the South Africa match.
Okay.
I was very happy when South Africa were playing 0-0.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I saw 2-0. So
no, they have a way of getting into games. Like most of the games, they're a second half team, I would say. Yeah. Anything end of first half, they drop one goal. Second half, they score and then start building.
Actually, we don't need to sleep at this point in time.
The way FIFA has arranged this, Ben, Nigeria just needs to win her remaining games.
And hope something happens to South Africa.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, if South Africa will also win their remaining matches,
Yeah, that
they are definitely
we'll be
qualifying.
playing second fiddle.
Because
So we're going to
let's
play- we'll be
assume
going
that
to playoff.
let's even assume that we are going to South Africa. We're beating South Africa in South Africa. Even with that,
If
there will still be a point ahead of us.
Yeah, there will be, but like you said, if we defeat them, if we win all our games, including a win over South Africa, that's a problem.
It's
That was-
it's
that
not
was-
if they win the remainder of their matches.
No,
there will still
we're
be
talking about
a point ahead of us.
We're talking about we winning them. If we win them, that's 3 points over them, so that's drop. So
No, if
you're talking about we winning them in South Africa.
even if when we win them in South Africa,
That's okay.
and
that's
they win
fine.
their remaining matches,
There are many. How many? This
we
five.
still have 5 matches.
5 matches.
Yes.
So,
So
if we defeat them,
defeat them.
that's out
They,
of
we are
out-
just 6 points.
That's what
and
I'm
they are 10 points. So they are 4 points ahead of us.
That's what I'm saying. So we're 6. We just need to win a game on Tuesday. We don't know what happens to them. We'll be 9, right?
So
Calculators are coming out already.
And that is the position that Nigeria always put us, and which I'm not always happy. I'm not happy when Nigeria do this.
Where it happened due to the array of coaches the FA has been giving us and all those stuff. This time I hope they get it right, because Richard has given a direction that this is what I want to do, and he's giving both on pitch and off pitch, like what you raised.
Yes,
What you raised today about the disciplinary actions around the camp and around the hotel, the accommodation and all those stuff, distractions and all those things. Everything media, even any information we need, it has to come from the media team of the Super Eagles. They're paid for that. They can't deny any press person access to getting information from them or what happened. I think at the end of training today, they'll still release some information from their.
And they actually, one of the information raised is that on Monday.
Yeah.
On Monday, that is there will be a pre-match conference.
Yeah, the press conference.
The press conference.
Yeah,
where,
usually.
They
I
will
think
open.
it's a 15-minute
yes,
interval
when-
that we always, yeah.
Yes, they are going to open that, and after that, they also give people 15 minutes access to the team. After that, nothing again till they.
That's fine. That's fine by me. I mean, do you know where miners go to mine when you enter down the mine? You don't go with their families. That's the serious business. You're going down the mine. You're going. We're under the mine now. So
This is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and you listen to Speedy Sports. I'm with. My name is Kuji Benjamin, and I'm with.
I'm Terwase.
You can reach us on our studio lines on 080 8427 5464. I'll take it again. 080 8427 5464. Ted, I think you have some of the
Benny,
the scores.
Yeah, even before that, I just want to let you know that some players that came from other leagues to play AFCON, which some English players say it wasn't a very. I mean, this is World Cup qualifier anyway, but this is how we play AFCON as well. That's when it comes. That's it. That Salah already has 6 goals. That's a lot. We're not on that chart. We have Salah with 6 goals. We still have his counterman Mohamed Trezeguet with 5 goals. We have Denis Bonga from Gabon with 5 goals. We have Jordan Ayew of Ghana, he's the captain, 5 goals as well. We have Kamori Doumbia of Mali, 5 goals. That's a Malian there. We have, of course, on 4 goals, we have Musa Barrow of Gambia. We have Ryan Raveloson of Madagascar, 4 goals.
4 goals.
Steve Monier, Benin, just across here, 3 goals. And then 2 guys from Burkina Faso. You have Bertrand Traore and Lassina Traore from Burkina Faso, 3 goals each. I think the highest we have in Nigeria with 2 goals so far.
2 goals. I think it's because Victor Osimhen missed
a couple of chances, right?
Not just chances. The first 4 matches he didn't play them, so I think he should be up there.
If he's consistent now, probably he might. I mean, nothing stops him from getting a hat trick on Tuesday in New York. Of course, if he's fed away from the midfield, he can get a hat trick. Nothing stops him.
I believe he can do that.
Yeah, it's possible if he's determined, and if the coach keeps away the wolves and the tigresses from the camp like that's distractions, then he will be. Of course, just to let you know, Benny, that MPFL matches went on today. Lobby was supposed to have a game today, but it was postponed. I don't know the reason. I tried to get across to one of the media persons there, but we were talking about this before we got to the studio that we're beginning to see in the MPFL away wins.
Yeah, actually,
something that wasn't very common.
When you went for your scouting, we actually discussed that here, where people complain that there are In the APFL, it's difficult to get away and win. But of recent, what I'm seeing, it's beginning to change. I think the league management company, they are actually working. They are actually working.
Those days, you have a home game, you must win.
Because right now, even the referees, they are well paid.
Yeah.
From what I found out, the referees are well paid, and even their transportation and everything is taken care of by the league management company. Formerly used to be the host club.
Yeah.
Are going to take care of the referees.
So most teams are owned by states. Yes. So the referee arrives, is welcomed by the governor or deputy.
They find
very good hotel, very good meal,
yes.
Brown envelope or white. So how would the home team lose?
So all of this has been taken care of. So I think we are beginning to see results, and we hope that this continues.
The surprising result for me has been Eyimba and Bayelsa United at home. Eyimba couldn't get a result. Bayelsa United got 1-1 there. But then, like you were saying, Akwa United were languishing at the bottom with Lobby there. Yeah. All of a sudden, they are getting results. They went to win at Kwara United, 2 goals away. Wow. So that's taking them away from that 17, 18, 19, 20 position. If
they are serious, they will survive.
I think they can. With the way they are going, they will definitely do. We were supposed to have a game with Remo Stars, but that was postponed. And then our next game is Abia. Lobby and Abia. That's another tough one. But anyway.
In Enugu.
Okay, in Enugu. Okay. Rangers had a game on Friday which they won. So the stadium was clear.
Will Lobby be playing in a home match or away match in Enugu?
I don't know. Maybe we'll mobilize the Igbos in Makodi here to move along with us so that they will chant. That's a tough one. Of course, we have games today, Benny. The Europa Nations League, just like what we're playing here, is going on. But some of the tough games that will come up today, much later today, is again Croatia and France. Something that is drawing my attention, and then Germany and Italy, Portugal and Denmark. These are 3 tough games that will be coming up today. But Croatia and France. One funny thing, your friend Luka Modric and Kylian Mbappe the other day, the first game. By the way, Croatia is leading by it's a back-to-back fixture. Croatia is leading by 2 goals. So they play today, and France is not able to come up with anything. Croatia is sitting on the table just the same way we are calculating it here. So Mbappe wanted to get a penalty, and it was Modric that backtracked to retrieve the ball from his foot, and then he dived inside the Croatian area. And so Modric had to go to him to tell him to stand up, and they held him by the neck and raised him up. That was no offense because 2 of them were laughing. Modric, just made drama out of the
Modric is one player that I respect. Yeah. I respect Modric so much because over the years, he's one of the senior players in Real Madrid.
He is.
And over the years, I've not heard any scandal.
Yeah. Bad news around him.
Bad news around him. His family he has kept his family to himself, and in fact, I just like that player. And for you to play in Madrid at the top level for this long,
he's 38 now.
It's not like we say in Nigeria, no be beans.
All right.
I think this is where we'll call it a day for today. For us, we are wishing the Super Eagles all the best.
All the best in
and we also wish that day we will not be thinking so much. They will not give us heart attack.
Sure.
And from us over here, we are saying, have a nice day. My name is Benjamin Kuji.
And I'm Ted.
This is Asking Radio 98.5 FM.